Welcome to the deep dive. There's definitely a palpable buzz in the motorcycle world right now.
There really is.
And today we're digging into Honda's latest teaser. It's this mysterious CB1000F SE.
The SE, yeah. Lots of questions around that one.
Exactly. So our mission here is to, cut through the speculation a bit. We're looking at that recent Bike News Monthly article
Right, the B&M piece.
and trying to pull out every important nugget so you're totally clued in on what might be coming down the road.
It's all about getting that sneak peek, understanding what this actually means for enthusiasts.
For people like you listening, yeah.
And what's really interesting is how Honda's timing this. They're building anticipation quite strategically.
Okay, so when's the big reveal?
Well, the official debut, it's basically just around the corner. It's set for the Suzuka 8 Hours event.
Ah, Suzuka, big event.
Huge. And the dates for that, if you want to mark them down, are August 1st to 3rd.
August 1st to 3rd, so not long to wait for the full details then.
Precisely. That's when we expect the full picture.
But thinking back, this isn't out of nowhere, is it? It feels like Honda's been sort of laying the groundwork.
Oh, absolutely. This isn't a completely blank slate. You're right.
We saw that concept model earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly. We first caught a glimpse of its, let's say, conceptual predecessor, the CB1000F concept.
Right. Where was that? Osaka.
That was at the 41st Osaka Motorcycle Show earlier this year. So what we're likely seeing at Suzuka is the sort of refined, street-ready evolution of that initial vision.
Okay, makes sense. So it's building on something we've already seen hints of.
Precisely. And even though the official specs are still very much under wraps,
Naturally.
Honda's been quite deliberate, I think, in teasing what makes this the special edition, the SE part.
Right, the SE. What does that actually mean here? What are they hinting at?
Well, the key things they point to seem to be a distinct headlight cowl
Okay.
and other styling enhancements, things designed to really visually set it apart from the standard model.
So it's about giving it a unique identity, not just a paint job.
Exactly. More than just aesthetics. It's signaling something different, something, well, special.
Okay, so the looks are getting a special touch. But, for a lot of riders, myself included, the real heart of the matter. It's what's under the tank, right?
Always.
The article mentions something like 150 brake horsepower.
Around 150 bhp, yeah. That's the figure being floated.
So what's the story with that engine? Where's it coming from? Does its history tell us anything?
Now that's a critical point. That engine, the 150 bhp unit, it's actually derived from the 2017 CBR1000RR Fireblade.
The Fireblade. Okay, wow.
Yeah. So what that means, in practical terms, isn't just raw power figures. It's about a highly refined, race-proven engine.
Known for what? Like throttle response.
Incredibly crisp throttle response, yeah, and that characteristic top-end rush the Fireblade is famous for.
So for this CB1000F SE, what does that translate to on the street?
It suggests a very spirited ride, maybe even aggressive for a naked bike. It's likely pushing beyond what you might typically expect.
Interesting. So performance pedigree is definitely there. What about the chassis holding all that together? Does the source give us clues there?
Absolutely. You need something strong to handle that kind of power, right?
For sure.
So the SE is expected to use a pretty robust steel twin spar frame.
Twin spar. Okay. Known for stiffness.
Exactly. It's chosen for that foundational stiffness, which gives you excellent stability, especially under load.
And the back end.
At the rear, we're looking at a dual-sided swing arm. Again, this points towards reliable handling, durability, solid, proven choices for dealing with that engine.
Right. So power from the Fireblade, strong steel frame, dual-sided swing arm. Sounds like a solid foundation.
It really does.
How about the ride then? The dynamics. Suspension is key there. What's being teased for the SE?
Yeah, suspension is crucial. The source points towards Showa's SFF-BP upside-down forks at the front.
SFF-BP. Break that down.
Separate function fork, big piston. It's a design that's pretty well regarded, known for precise damping characteristics and giving the rider good feedback from the front wheel.
Okay. And the rear.
Expected to be a monoshock at the rear. Pretty standard for performance bikes, but effective.
And is this setup familiar from other Hondas?
It is, actually. It's quite similar to what you'd find on the existing CB1000F and even the upcoming 2025 CB1000 Hornet.
Ah, okay. So there's some consistency across the line there.
Yeah, it suggests Honda's aiming for a certain feel, likely a capable, balanced ride experience. Sporty handling, but maybe with enough comfort for daily riding, too.
Makes sense. Finding that balance. Now, beyond the mechanics, you mentioned styling enhancements. Visual identity is huge for a special edition, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It has to look the part.
So what are the key design bits that are going to make this bike really stand out, make it unmistakably the SE?
Well, from what we can gather, expect things like a muscular-looking fuel tank, a pretty distinctive rectangular taillight, which is interesting, and up front, a modern circular LED headlamp, likely housed in that unique cowl we mentioned earlier.
Okay, so specific touches.
Right. And these aren't just random choices. They seem crafted to maintain that aggressive yet refined character the Honda CB series is known for.
Aggressive yet refined. That's a good way to put it. It sounds like they're aiming for bold and contemporary, but still clearly a Honda CB.
Exactly. It's a blend that tends to appeal to quite a broad range of riders, I find.
All these details are fascinating. They really paint a compelling picture. But let's bring it back to the listener. The big question for them is, what does this new offering, this CB1000F SE, really mean for you if you're a Honda fan or just looking for a new performance naked?
Well, I think it offers a potentially very fresh choice. We're really, as we said, on the cusp of getting the full picture as Suzuka approaches.
That's weeks away now.
Right. And this model, it seems to highlight this really compelling mix of Honda's performance heritage, that Fireblade DNA, with this special edition styling.
So it promises a machine that stands out.
Definitely. Stands out on the road, maybe even stands out in a collection. It feels like it's aimed at someone who wants something a bit extra.
Okay, wrapping things up then. Let's think a bit broader for a second. What does this whole strategy, the teaser, the Suzuka reveal, blending race heritage with modern street design, tell us about maybe the bigger picture in the motorcycle industry?
That's a great question to ponder.
Is it just about launching another new bike? Or is it something more calculated? Are they trying to hit that sweet spot?
I think it might be that sweet spot between, raw power that appeals to the enthusiast, captivating looks, and the overall rider experience, especially packaging it as a special edition.
Right. It feels like a way to capture interest from maybe seasoned riders and potentially a newer generation.
It could well be, which leads to a really interesting final thought, I think.
Go on.
Well, think about the evolution of these iconic lines, like Honda's CB series. They're incorporating elements from their racing past into models that are ultimately more accessible street bikes.
Yeah. Bringing race tech down to earth is way.
So what does that tell us about the future direction?
Right.
About this interplay between pure performance on one hand and everyday enjoyment and usability on the other?
That balance between track-inspired capability and real-world riding. It's definitely something to think about as we see what Honda and others bring to our garages next.
A fascinating dynamic to watch, for sure.